All right, we're back on the Scare Value podcast. I'm Brian. Pete's here with me.
Hello.
I did it. I introduced us.
Good for me.
We have a special caller from Taiwan, Ken, the 4N correspondent.
Hello, Ken.
Hello. Hello, all. How are you? Listeners, Pete, so glad to be here on this beautiful night.
It's the morning where we are.
Foreign
That makes sense, because you're overseas.
Yes. Taiwan's
That's
in like
right.
Alabama, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And that brings me to my next point,
You had a first
the
point?
time zone difference. Because we have
You don't do...
the Foreign Correspondent Awards.
Oh, but you don't do daylight savings time over there, right?
No, we don't. And I'm happier for it, I suppose, in some ways. You know, but we get a lot of sun anyway, so I suppose that's good too. I don't know if it cuts down on your sun or not, does it?
I have no idea. I just know I don't like it. I don't even know why I don't like it anymore. It's just something else to complain about.
You don't like it because you've got
It's just
old.
the Illuminati.
Yeah, I guess so.
The Illuminati's early messing with your mind. Let's just put those clocks back. Mess them up a little bit. That's what's going on. But today we have the Foreign Correspondence Awards. And I got to ask you guys, what are you wearing today?
Well,
Who are you wearing is I guess what I should ask. Brian?
we're 44-year-old grown adult men, so of course Pete's wearing a Star Wars t-shirt and I'm wearing a Mystery Science Theater hoodie.
Ooh, is it Hanes? Are you wearing Hanes today, Pete?
I've got plaid pajama bottoms on, too, to go with my Star Wars t-shirt.
Uh-huh. And who's your designer? Who did your hair?
Lucas. The designer is George Lucas.
And my children did my hair.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I have long hair, and I didn't do anything to it except put a hat on it, so I guess nature is my hair designer.
Ooh.
I like the hat, and I like the hat idea of the hat. And let's see, did anybody spill any wax this morning?
Oh, I always spill wax before any big event. I don't want to be jittery and nervous.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just
absolutely.
Just
All right,
knock my candle over and get that wax all over the place.
This was the red carpet, wasn't it?
It all over the red carpet.
Oh boy, he's got sound effects.
good. Wow, I didn't think that would get a clap.
Big crowd out there.
There's a big crowd here. They're filled with my apartment. We have half of the neighborhood in here.
That is incredible. What
They're pretty
are we?
excited.
All right. Try to find a quiet room.
Rowdy bunch.
All right.
Yeah.
What are we awarding? What are we doing this fine evening?
All right. Well, since Brian has the edit button, I'm not worried about anything I say. Thank God. He's going to make me look good because he likes me.
You're
I know
welcome.
he likes me. Even though sometimes it seems like he doesn't. But anyways, I'm glad I did ask you what you're wearing. And that was...
Well,
I also want to ask, do you have OnlyFans since you guys sound so sexy today? Or do you want to leave that for the plugs?
I'm fairly certain you can't do nudity on OnlyFans anymore. I don't know why I would have this information. I believe there was some kind of block and they had to switch over to other things.
That's not true.
No, it's not true. I guess you would know more. You are challenging my authority.
I think Brian's override as the truth.
All right, then I'll bow
So
down.
I'm going to guess you both have OnlyFans. Brian definitely has it because he knows. He knows the rules. Anyways, I would like to mark the time. It is...
It is 3 weeks past Andre Brower's death.
That's true. That is true. And it is not post New Year's Eve. It is pre-Chinese New Year, which is why this is also the Foreign Correspondence here. And do you guys know what the it's going to be year of? Quick quiz, hot shots.
I knew that Chinese New Year is on February 10th.
Ooh, that's more than I know. But I know that it's going to be...
You're wrong, but actually, no, that's technically correct. You're technically correct.
Well,
True.
Technically correct is just a way of saying correct. Go ahead, Pete.
Well, it actually starts on the 8th, but that's sort of the end of the new. It's a long holiday, but anyways, it's a week. But yeah, anyways, you're right. It actually starts then. Good. But you know what year it is, though.
It's
What
a
year it will
dragon.
be? What year is it now?
I don't know.
It is a dragon. Nicely done.
I can go look
Nicely
at
done.
the calendar I got from the Chinese place that I've had hanging on my wall since 2021, and it's got all the years on it, and I can just do the math and figure out what year it was. But
Just
I don't think
plus 9 animals.
Yeah, just plus 9 animals. That was established in animal court long ago. That's where we got the whole basis for the laws.
And do you know what year it is now?
No, it's dragon. No, I don't know. Dragon's not till next month.
It's the year of the monkey.
Yeah. It's the rabbit.
No.
It's the rabbit, kids.
No.
It's the rabbit.
I don't know any
That's okay.
rabbits. I myself.
Hey, I got to say this one thing, though. You don't know any rabbits? Well, I guess it'd just be, is anybody a dragon? I'm a dragon.
I know you're a dragon.
Yeah,
I'm a
you must
sheep.
be- yeah, that's right. You're a sheep.
I'm confused.
If you're the same age,
Nice to meet you.
you're you're Chinese. You're Chinese zodiac. We don't have Godzilla here yet, guys, and that was really disappointing. I thought we would have that. And
You mean Scare
considering
Value's
that-
best picture of the year?
Exactly, which is kind of like that threw a monkey wrench into my plans a little bit, but
Year of the monkey.
it hasn't shown up here. I don't know. I'm actually a dragon, but it's supposed to come out during New Year's, from what I understand, and they're going to show that real crappy Godzilla first, from what I can tell.
What's the real
Once
crappy
that's out of the theaters.
Oh,
Stupid
the
King Kong
X.
crap.
Oh, okay. See, I enjoy
The
it.
first one was terrible. That was terrible. That'll come out next year. So you're the dragon, we get Godzilla, I guess. But we have we're going to give some awards out to some foreign horror movies from Australia, Japan, Taiwan here, Thailand, and Indonesia. So we're going to do some kind of normal categories.
Can I point out that the last two and only two Best Picture winners in the Scare Value Awards were both foreign films?
You can point that out. Wait, you said Best Picture, and what was the other one?
The last year's Best Picture winner was The Innocents from Norway, and this year's was Godzilla -1 from Japan. We don't exactly ignore international films.
So
here.
you don't discriminate.
We don't.
You don't discriminate.
But
That's
I mean,
good.
that's why we sent him overseas, to show how much we don't.
And the runner-up this year was clearly for us,
Yeah.
Talk to Me, which was Australian. So we were heavy in the foreign.
So what
Yeah.
are the foreign awards looking like?
We're globalists. We're globalists. We're even more foreign than you guys, if you can believe that.
Well,
Barely, Ken.
We're talking
Barely.
Southeast Asian.
when you
Southeast
see
Asian foreign. Know what I'm saying?
when you see Godzilla -1,
like languages with 6 tones.
when you see Godzilla -1,
I know.
oh boy.
No.
When you see Godzilla
Go
-1,
ahead.
you'll understand that it is the most American blockbuster version of Godzilla, but it's great. So it's almost a
Really?
cheat. It is foreign language, obviously. It's very personal to Japan, but it is a Hollywood blockbuster done right.
Well, you know what's going to be fun? It can win next year for the foreign awards.
That's true.
Once you see it, I think you
Well,
might
that's-
agree.
It probably will. I do like. I like Godzilla movies in general, even the stupid ones with King Kong,
So do we.
just because they have Godzilla in it. I'm just a big Godzilla fan. Not
do
really
we.
sure why.
And we walked out of seeing this one just completely blown away by it.
I mean, I was a Zilla head
I know.
like
I heard
you,
that.
Ken.
I heard that one too. I heard that that episode as well. I was like, damn. Why did you ruin the ending for me? But now I want to see it more because the ending sounds so damn cool. But
For next year's awards,
it's
what do we got this year?
Well, Ken, if you wanted these things to time out right, you should observe daylight savings time, and then it would already be Chinese New Year, and you could be watching Godzilla -1. That's your fault. That's
funny thing
that's
is,
how
I'll
time
be
works.
in the USA during Chinese New Year's.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah,
We'll have
a little bit of mystery in there. Why, where, and how, and ooh.
We'll have to have you call in from down the street.
Calling from California. But yeah, well, we're gonna have some basic categories like horror, best gore, best kill scene, best picture, a couple extra things. First award is kind of a new kind of idea, and it's the Lifetime Achievement Award for disgracing your own country, your home country. It's called the Woody, in honor of Woody Allen. Yeah, and Woody Allen, if you're not familiar, he's a man who has somehow remained out of jail, and he's a media darling despite marrying his own daughter, and apparently sexually abusing his other daughter. So that's the Woody. So we're going to hand that out, and I'll just get to the nominee.
Was Roman Polanski not considered for this because they didn't care in his country that he did it?
Well, the nominees. Let me start with the nominees. The nominees are Woody Allen for previously stated reasons.
Yep.
A bit of a drop off here is Jim Carrey, but I don't think it's that big of a drop off.
Canada feels no shame.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they do. I think when they watch Jim Carrey. And, of course, straight from Hungary, the Frenchman Roman Polanski.
Ooh, fan favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. So he is up for nomination. And without further ado, the winner of the first annual Woody is Roman Polanski for raping an underage girl and drugging her in Jack Nicholson's Hollywood home.
Piece of shit that he is. I spit on his grave.
He's alive.
Yeah, maybe next year, Woody Allen. Maybe next year.
I want to give, since I do all the death updates, let me update you. He's alive.
I like that Woody Allen doesn't even deserve the award that is named after him.
So, just to be clear, though, this was you confirming that it's okay that he married his daughter and sexually abused the other one.
He doesn't deserve. He's such a piece of shit. He doesn't even deserve to get an award of any kind.
How of all the people in the world,
he has bigger competition. Bigger competition.
That brings me to my question. Can I ask how of all the people in the entertainment industry in the world, Jim Carrey ends up third on this list?
Well, I only throw him on there because
I really hated Dumb and Dumber too.
Like not Harvey Weinstein, not Bill Cosby, Jim Carrey.
Bill Cosby's dead.
Bill Cosby's alive.
We're marking time. Oh, so we're marking time. It is next week.
Oh boy, depending on when this episode airs, we might be predicting the future.
Feels like there's a personal vendetta here against Jim Carrey that is kind of unearned. But okay, he didn't win, so it's okay. Technically, everyone in the world was a nominee. These were just the finalists.
I was a little rushed for time, to be quite honest. But from what I've heard from the internets and my conspiracy theory cohorts, is that he is the Los Angeles chapter president of the Satanists. And I just think, isn't it enough just to be Jim Carrey? And that kind of bugs me.
But the Satanists are good guys now. From my understanding of things.
They're not.
They have after-school clubs, and they go out there saying, like,
good Lord.
They get the statues of whoever, the Baphomet, in public grounds next to statues of Jesus.
They spend most of their time on Twitter just commenting on things that our politicians are going, even we think this is fucked.
So, the Satanists are the good guys. It's the end times, Ken.
No. Technically not true. It's the beginning of the end times. Like Chinese New Year. It's a week-long thing.
Oh, right. Happy New Year, guys.
Well, congratulations. It's something that you don't get to say often. Congratulations to Roman Polanski.
It just feels wrong.
They gave him an Oscar 15 years ago?
I know they did, and people stood up and clapped for it. It's disgusting. It's absolutely gross.
Agreed.
So anyways, agreed. And Harvey Weinstein, I missed that obvious one. But I haven't been back, Yeah, there's always next year. I haven't been back. I could have got a few people. I guess I could have got a lot more people.
We'll get them all eventually.
Jack Nicholson for letting everybody rape and kill people in his house. I think a lot of shit has happened at Jack Nicholson's house from what I've read. But anyways, next year for you, Woody. I'm waiting for Woody to either be imprisoned or some sort of suicide, and then he's going to get the award. He's got to be exiled or something. Something's got to happen. Something's going to break with him. Don't worry.
All right.
Don't worry, guys.
I won't worry.
I know how you like.
I want to know what the next category is. I'm excited after the first one.
I'm really hoping it's something horrible again, and Jim Carrey's also nominated. It's like worst dictator, Hitler, Pol Pot, Jim Carrey.
He's not a dictator.
I don't know what he does.
Doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense. Okay. Anyways, so the first category is best gore. All right, so I'll tell you about the movies, and obviously you guys both know this. First movie, best gore in a foreign horror movie is Talk to Me nomination. In case you're not familiar, it's an Australian film that came out relatively recently, and it revolves around a severed hand of a medium that can summon demons if you talk to her correctly and allow it into your head. And it really has great gore scenes. Obviously, my personal favorite is the shower scene with the kid taking the shower in his wheelchair, and that's my personal favorite. But it reminded me a bit of the Evil Dead gore this year. but they did a lot of good kill scenes in that one. So I'm going to go. That's the first nomination.
A good movie. I agree with that.
Yeah, good movie. You guys. Yeah, and I'll move along, and then you guys can tell me what you think about whatever, or ask any questions. But the next one is it doesn't have an English name. It's Sewudino, Sewudino. It's an Indonesian film. It's sort of a voodoo black magic film, but it's about the cleansing of a corpse that has been sort of under a curse. And there's a lot of good dead corpse makeup, along with good kill scenes. And some of your practical effects, which I know Pete loves so much.
I do.
And that's an Indonesian film. Very, very good film overall. And number 3 is Sissy. And I'm not sure. I'm curious if Brian has seen this one. This is an Australian film.
I have seen Sissy. It is reviewed on the website. Scarevalue.com.
Oh, good. Because I know that because I read the Scare Value every day. But I don't know why I asked.
That's where you get most of your news from.
Yeah. So Sissy is on there. A couple good kills there. One very good kill in the bathroom. And so I figured that you might have seen Sissy. So best score for 2 Australian films, 1 Indonesian film. Any guesses?
Well, I have a question
Any
first.
thoughts?
You're in Taiwan. Aren't American movies foreign films?
For you.
This is bringing them to your podcast. So,
I see.
And all of these are foreign for me, except for one, the Taiwan film.
I got to be honest.
So yeah, they're all foreign.
For 6 months now, I've thought the bit was that you would come on and talk about American films because they're foreign to you.
I'm not going to lie.
I used to do that. Remember, I used to do that. That was funny.
I thought it was just going to continue to be the bit forever, and I guess we're off that now. All right.
For now.
My guess is that you're going to pick the movie we've never seen.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the one I saw.
Did you think that was going to happen to me? Yes.
Yeah. So talk to me.
Yeah, talk to me once.
Yay!
It's definitely the best score.
All right, a point to Pete. I'll make you score.
Man.
Okay. You can play too,
So,
Ken.
Brian, you really didn't think we were going to talk about foreign films today?
I thought that it would be funnier if the whole thing was just the foreign awards, and you were like, the nominees are Evil Dead Rise and 2 other American movies.
This is way funnier, Joey.
No, it's okay now because it's funny because we've acknowledged it, and now I'm enjoying it anyway.
A failed bit is hysterically humorous to me.
Pete and I talked right before you called. I will take a positive review and a negative review the same. I just enjoy either way. I agree.
All right. Well,
he's actually keeping score.
I'm going to win.
You're going to win for what?
For the best foreign awards guesser.
He is going to win, and let me tell you why. Because he has a 1-goal lead, and he will just choose the same thing I picked for the rest of the turn. Rest of the time.
I would have never thought of that. But thank you. Right. Now I know what to do.
Go ahead, Ken. Give us the next one.
I have sound effects over here, so
I'm gonna use them.
The second award is most killable cast.
I already know who's going to win.
Okay. Well, for extra points, you can tell me.
Oh, can I get an extra point if I pick it before he even names the nominees? It's Talk to Me. He said he hated everybody in the movie.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me get through the.
I want to say something. He's keeping score, and he wrote it down. But he wrote down Pete and Ken, and he gave himself a point. And he just went to give me a point and realized that he'd written your name instead of mine.
Don't give people peeks behind the curtain.
This is what I'm dealing with.
Okay, well, for the most killable cast, what you have to take into account is these are people that you want to see killed, and you have a real sort of euphoric sense when they die.
It's like when I get happy when kids get murdered and I'm happy. One of those types of cast.
Yeah, the kids that deserve it.
Yeah,
the kids that deserve it. And some people who deserve it are the kids in Tainted Soul who sexually abused this woman, this high schooler, to the point of suicide, and she becomes this vengeful ghost. And that's an Indonesian movie that came out last year. Very very weird movie. It's kind of like a teen romantic comedy from the '90s mixed with voodoo horror or sort of supernatural kind of Southeast Asian movie. It's like a high school romantic comedy and then horror. But it's called Tainted Soul, and that's out of Indonesia. Talk to Me, which we already talked about. And those are some very killable characters, as they're so annoying and always on their phones and millennial-ish and very killable. And the third one is Sissy, mainly because the acting is so good that even the terrible person in the movie, the main killer, when she kills her friends, you really can't wait for them to die, and you want them to die the most gruesome death possible. So in the end, I chose Sissy.
Oh shit! I didn't get it right.
Not talk to me.
You take my
You
points
didn't
away.
get it right.
I think you just changed the winner because I predicted it.
You never know. Maybe
I gotta say that I did pick it. I think initially, and then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I didn't even care when they died because I didn't care about any of the characters because I didn't find one character that I actually cared about. So I actually cared about the killer, Sissy, in Sissy, and so when she killed the people who were being mean to her, I truly enjoyed it. So that's why I picked Sissy. A very good movie. Did you like? What did you think of Sissy? There,
I gave it 4 stars.
Oh, good. Oh, so you did give it a good review. It was quite the slasher, right? It was a pretty pure slasher.
It was a 2022 Scare Value Awards nominee for Best Killer.
Well, we're going on the lunar calendar, so it's a 2023 over here.
Yes, that was a really good category, really original. I've never heard that one. It was a really cool category for a horror awards.
Thank you.
I don't know.
I do this sometimes. I dabble in podcasting.
Yeah, the first award kind of sticks out as Roman Polanski winning an award for something that happened in the 1970s, and
right.
Fucking.
I don't know how that worked on the Lunar New Year.
Finally, it's like he's the Susan Lucci of pedophiles. I mean, come on.
Soap opera reference.
Took everything I had to not say Susan Lucci is the Susan Lucci of pedophiles. Oh shit! I said it.
You said it.
It won't be there when we listen back.
They like me. They really, really like me. No, they don't. They're children. They don't like you.
That's Sally Field, not Susan Lucci.
They're on drugs. You drugged them in Jack Nicholson's house. They're on drugs. They don't like you, Bill.
I just want to throw out you quoted Sally Field under the guise of Susan Lucci and then attributed it to Roman Polanski.
No, and I threw in Bill Cosby.
Oh.
Because
With
he's
just
the
the
main
smackerel of Bill.
Snubbed. The biggest
If you
snub
don't
of the
think he
night.
was there, you're insane.
The biggest snub of the night,
You
Bill
don't think
Cosby's
he was-
nomination.
That was a huge snub. That really was. It was bigger than Weinstein. I really can't believe it. But I didn't want him to be, all American because I already had Woody Allen in there. So I kind of wanted to get outside of the U.S.
All right, because it's not fair. We stack the deck here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. There's far too many. So I wanted to get a little exotic with the Canadians and whatnot. All right, next category, best use of voodoo and black magic. As you guys know, well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Southeast Asia is the home. It really is the home of like black magic and voodoo and
New Orleans.
people having.
That's what I said.
No, it's far beyond. It's far beyond that. It's really part of the culture in terms of, well, let's say witchcraft. Let's just put it that way. Black witchcraft in general. It's quite ingrained in the culture. It's
I
not
feel
just
like that's Transylvania.
Nah, it's not
Eastern Europe is where. I feel like Eastern Europe is where witchcraft is.
That is Dracula. That is not even Nicolas Cage's best role, but it definitely should have won an award.
Oh, do you have an opinion on who the ultimate Nicolas Cage is?
I would have put, Leaving Las Vegas left way too early. Oh,
no,
nice.
that was right.
I think it stayed around longer than it should have.
Well, I don't think so, because I think he got an Academy Award for that. And I think when The Sorcerer's Apprentice gets above that, you have a real problem with your podcast.
Hey, man, blame the coin.
But
that
hey,
coin, I think, was bought off.
I blame you, Pete. I blame you. You're bringing in all the Nicolas Cage stuff, and then you have your big day, and Brian does a real nice job of doing brackets and a cage match and face-off cage match, and even thinks that he did 2 roles in face-off. And
I would just like to point out that you say I'm always talking about Nicolas Cage. Pete didn't bring up Nicolas Cage today. You can roll back the tape. I didn't start talking about him. You brought him up. He's in everyone's head.
We're going to talk about him later.
Ooh.
Okay. Who are the nominees for Best Voodoo Magic?
Well, as you saw, Best Voodoo Magic. Well, These are going to be. Let's see. We did. I already told you about the woman who had to bathe the corpse that was under some sort of under a spell from a witch doctor, and so that's Suudino. I don't know how to say it properly, but that's the Indonesian film that I talked about earlier. Talk to Me, because that is the hand of a medium. So I thought that was definitely a good use of the element, witchcraft. And then a Thai movie called Home for Rent, which is sort of like a modern take also on the black magic. So it's set place in current times, not in modern Bangkok. And the thing I really liked about that movie was the crows. It did have a lot of crows. Did have a very creepy cult leader in there. Had a nosy neighbor, which I always enjoy, like Mr. Furley. So that's called Home for Rent. That was a good movie. But overall, definitely it was Suudino, a big winner there for best use of voodoo black magic. So they do have these spells. They have these warring sort of witch doctors, and this very, very powerful family who has a lot of enemies. So somebody finally gets their revenge on this family and puts one of their family members into a coma where if they're in the coma beyond 1,000 days, they're gonna go into hell or whatnot. And you have to bathe the corpse every night, and they have to do a chant, and all this effed up stuff is happening. People who are bathing the corpse are getting killed off one by one, and this woman gets a job. She goes to the family's house, this big mansion, to get a job just to like clean or whatever, any sort of job to pay for her father's medicine. And it starts raining like crazy. She doesn't have an umbrella, so she just kind of starts running. She gets hit by a car, ends up inside of the family's house, and then she meets the mother there and gets hired. And during that, she has to like scrub the mother's back, and the mother's back got these really gross lesions and stuff. So, really good use of the Southeast Asian kind of, I don't know, just real creepy, super creepy, and throughout the whole movie, and a nice little twist at the end. So, great movie, and the most sort of, I don't want to say stereotypical, but the most use of black magic, and very effectively done, not in some sort of hokey way. Great, very creepy.
Okay, another original category. Very cool.
All right, I know which one I'm going to vote for.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Home for Rent.
That's the one? Do you know why I'm voting for that?
You would have loved it.
Do you know why?
Because you have rented many apartments.
It's the crows. It's the crows, man. The crows. What do you think, Brian?
I know it was the crows. Of course it's the crows.
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think, Brian?
Well, let's see. What do I think?
How about Talk to Me getting snubbed twice?
Fuck.
But it did win it. It did win best score.
Wait, you were supposed to let us guess. Yeah. Nicolas Cage was saying fuck crows again. I don't approve of these sounds. You got to let us guess for the game.
Fuck you, you old crows.
I see. All right. So that one won?
No.
Oh, okay.
So
that's my vote.
The winner was Suudino.
Let us guess.
Not Home for Rent. Home for Rent, close second, though.
Oh, boy.
Or close third. Before we take a little break, I do have some miscellaneous awards. And basically, these were just for movies that did some good things, better than all the other movies. You couldn't even really put nominees in with them. Maybe one other movie that's notable, but kind of a few quick awards here. Best plot device, basically. We have Home for Rent because of the crows. No crows.
Oh, I thought this is just you're giving it. I thought, I'm sorry, there was going to be more. You're giving out the award. I see. I was
hoping we'd hear fuck crows.
Oh.
No, I was hoping we'd hear the Nic Cage bit. That's okay.
I'm not your little circus monkey. I don't just do things at your beck and call.
Fuck crows.
Thank you, Brian. Brian, could you be a little faster next time?
That's what she said.
Which fans only page was that? Okay, so Home for Rent for the Crows. That was a nice little. They would just show up at the. That is not the winner though. The winner is
What?
Talk to Me, of course.
What?
Talk to Me had the best plot device. Yeah, the hand, man. That hand. Not only everything revolves around the hand in that movie, and it's just a prop, really, but such a great idea, and it allows for.
He just gave you a -1 on the score sheet.
There's a score sheet? Okay. I thought it was just for you two. All right. Well, anyways.
Yeah, you're in it now, buddy. So feel free to guess if you want.
And you're in last.
Yeah.
You're in the real Jim Carrey position of the worst people to disgrace their countries.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm used to it. I'm in Taiwan. There's not a lot of competition for me. Yeah, Talk to Me wins. So Talk to Me had the best plot device, which of course was the hand, and and it allows for a sequel too, which I think is great. That thing can go on forever in my mind. So I really liked it. So that's best plot device. The next one is most quotable. I liked Sissy. Sissy had a good one, and we were talking before about kangaroos and movies. And what did we come up with? I forget. Kangaroo Jack. And what else?
That's the only one I can think of now. Past Beat was a
Talk
lot
to Me?
smarter. Talk to Me, yeah. That has
We talk about well, Sissy also they have a kangaroo. They hit the kangaroo in the beginning. This must be like hitting deer in the U.S. So they hit, or even worse, I guess. But they hit a kangaroo, and somebody says, "Oh, you got to kill the kangaroo. It's the worst. It's the humane thing to do." And then that line comes back around when Sissy runs over one of her quote unquote her frenemies, and then right before she squashes her head with the tire and runs it back over, she's like, "It's the humane thing to do." So I thought that was a good quote, but not the winner. The winner is for a movie called SLC, which is a
single light female
movie. No, I don't know that. I don't know what it stands for. To be honest, I looked it up. It's like it has something to do with the camera. It's a terrible movie. It copies another movie.
Single light kangaroo.
Yes, that's how it's spelled.
It's something. I don't know. Some load of crap. It was a load of crap.
Load of crap.
The thing
That's
I liked
right. That works.
Yeah, some load of crap. It was a load of crap, and but they kept yelling this guy's name constantly, like through the whole movie. It was like I got brainwashed by like I'm leaving it. They're like Dan. So they just kept calling this guy's name, and at the end of the movie, for some reason, there was no good reason for it. It's about a camera that can like kill people or something. Some photographer had a demonic camera, but it's for some reason at the end of the movie they got this gigantic rat that just comes out of nowhere. It looks like it's made of paper mache. And Dan's running. Everyone's like, Dan! And it was just constant. So Dan from SLC.
Wasn't that The Departed?
Most quotable.
The giant rat runs out at the end?
Yeah.
Somebody was named Dan.
On the 15th floor of the penthouse or whatever that was. That was the worst. I hated The Departed.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
People here don't like it either. It got that Academy Award that year. They're like, dude, you haven't seen the Hong Kong one? They're like, that American one sucks. I'm like, I know, dude. Talking to somebody about that the other day. And last miscellaneous award, Best Evil Entity. Best Evil Entity, we have The Hand from Talk to Me, which I suppose was an evil entity, or maybe it's just a medium, but it did cause a lot of problems. And The Incantation from Incantation, which is the Taiwanese movie, which Brian also saw. And
what was The Incantation?
It's a great movie. The Incantation is just an incantation, which is I can't repeat it because it's just an incantation.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot of words.
Oh, it's like the words are the bad guy.
Yeah, it's the words are the.
You hear them and it messes with your brain.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Possessed or something like this. And maybe Brian wants to talk about that. I don't know if he does or not, but if you do, Brian, go ahead. But the winner is Incantation, because that was probably the best use of something you cannot even see to scare the crap out of you that I've seen in quite some time. Any thoughts there, Brian?
Nope.
Moving on.
None. Okay. Moving on. All right. Well, before we go to the next awards, we're going to give it to Pete. You said you haven't talked about Nicolas Cage, but you're going to talk about Nicolas Cage.
I haven't. I'll try to keep it a little bit quick because this isn't a Nicolas Cage show. But in the year the lunar year, I guess, of 2023, Nicolas Cage has been up to some things.
Wait a minute. Did you two conspire to have a Nicolas Cage segment in the middle of this episode?
Maybe.
It's the year in Nick.
Nothing
Year
can stop.
in Nick.
Look, man, if somebody's going to call me and say, hey, man, you want to talk about Nicolas Cage? And I'll be like, yes, I'll talk about Nicolas Cage in an award show. That's not... See? The people are with me.
All right.
All right. So, first off, where do we start? All right. First off, so while I was looking for things, Ken, I know this is probably going to excite you. Mm-hmm. There was a headline and it said, Nicolas Cage has a bomb on his dick. And I said, wow, I don't know what that's about. But I was excited. So that happened this year.
Was it from Facebook? Was it from my Facebook page? Or
maybe. I didn't look for the source. I just saw that headline. But.
Sorry. What was that?
I have no idea. All
Go
right.
on.
So, kind of a slow year for Nicolas Cage movie-wise. He only did 6 movies this year, which, I guess that's middling for him. But what did he have? He had Renfield, Sympathy for the Devil, Flash, The Retirement Plan, Dream Scenario, and Butcher's Crossing.
What about that West movie?
The what?
What about the movie Western that you talked about all year?
The Old Way. That's right. He's did 7 movies.
Oh, my God. I'm not even working on this segment.
He might be picking up. Maybe. No, Old Way might be older than that.
Sounds like it from the title.
What? My research says that it's not. But my research also told me that Tim Burton did not like the scene with Nicolas Cage in the Flash movie because that was his Superman.
Well, Tim Burton is really relevant, isn't he?
Well, that got me thinking. If I was Tim Burton, I would hang out with lumberjacks at a lumberjack camp, and I'd have somebody cut a tree down, like a friend, and shout, Tim Burton, and then I'd walk out, and I'd, answer questions about my movies and stuff to any lumberjacks who were interested.
2 updates. The Old Way was 2023, so that is correct. And so your research is suspect to begin with. All you got to do is read a Wikipedia page, but it's okay. And secondly, Tim Burton just made Wednesday, which was a smash hit.
Tim Burton.
Which does not take away my point that Tim Burton should just shut the fuck up.
Agreed. All right.
Thank you.
What else has happened this year?
I don't know, Pete.
Well,
they lost the Scare Value Award somehow.
Yeah, which threw the legitimacy of the Scare Value Awards into question at best.
I never should have nominated him because Pete would have forgotten he was even in that movie. He's forgotten a movie as we sat here.
I was thinking the same thing, Brian. Yeah, you still nominated him. I said Pete wouldn't even notice because you did see Renfield eventually, I guess, from what I've heard on the.
I saw podcast, 4 of those Nicolas Cage movies.
See, everybody watches Nicolas Cage. Everybody talks about Nicolas Cage.
I saw Renfield. I saw Dream Scenario. I saw Flash, and I saw. What was it? What was another one?
Butcher's Crossing. Sympathy for the Devil.
Yes, I saw Sympathy for the Devil.
I want to see that one.
I wanted to see that. Dream Scenario. I saw. I thought that was great. I know Brian gave it a 3.5. Is that right?
Yes, everything it did was really well done. It didn't do enough for me.
I loved it. I thought it was perfect. Well, not perfect. I already gave it a 4 though. I gave it a 4.
When you go high concept, I think you gotta get your hands dirtier with it, and it's very slow in the middle, and I thought that was unfortunate because that was when all the fun could happen. Yes.
Well,
the scenes
sorry, what part did you think was slow? Which part did you think was slow, though? I'm not exactly. Which I don't know.
As a simple way of using film language, if you're getting into the excitement of your movie, the worst way to do it is what they did, which is every scene is still long and over dramatic. Like every scene is slow and plays out slowly. Like it never gets an internal inertia because we're just going to go from a 10-minute boardroom meeting to a 10-minute sitting on the couch with the girl to a 10-minute meeting in the thing. And it's like, this doesn't...
Are you kidding?
This doesn't let the movie ever pick up a second gear at a time when the narrative is taking it to a second gear.
Oh, I disagree. I got to disagree with that because I thought a couple of the best parts was that board meeting and that sitting on the couch thing was hilarious. And that ended the act, whatever act that was. I don't know if that was the first or second act, but that moved the movie into the next act because of exactly of what he did, because of his guilt And then he started having his nightmares, or people were starting to have the nightmares. I thought it was I thought it was just a perfect. There's no perfect movie. I thought it was just a great movie.
If the story is supposed to be about something that's life changing, the pattern of the movie should have to change.
It did. Everybody started having the nightmares right after that.
I understand that, but the way the scenes are filmed, the way the scenes are shown, the way they're edited together never changed. Everything was the same style all the way throughout, even though there's markedly different changes. This is what I mean. I think they did a great job with what they did. They just didn't put it together correctly.
Well, agree to disagree. I'm wondering what the acts of Eraserhead
I never agreed to that. I never agreed to that. And I never will.
No, I said Well, your 3.5 is lower than my 4.0, so we'll just leave it at that, which is technically true. I'm sure you can't disagree with that.
I will never agree to that. Pete has been staring at this page the entire time. I don't think he's solved any of the riddles he's made for himself.
I've had my fingers in my ears.
What else you got there?
You guys were talking about dream scenario. I can't have spoilers. Can't spring that on a fella.
Sorry.
So I've just had my fingers in my ears.
You gotta go watch it.
In my head this whole time. And I am having trouble figuring out what I've written down on my page as far as Nic Cage news goes. What else happened this year? What's that?
You have the Best Boy Award there?
I do, but there's a big thing coming here. Oh, he said he's going to quit, acting. He's only got 3 or 4 movies in him left, right? The thing is,
okay,
I was looking. He's already got 4 movies that he's working on right now or are coming out.
He's a liar.
So, that's why I've created Cage Watch, the Cage Countdown. And we're going to see how many movies we get as they come out. We'll count them down and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. So
Are you sure there's 40 movies left in him? I think he's only got 40 movies left.
Yeah, maybe they forgot to.
So he'll be retired by 2028.
They forgot to carry the 0.
By 2028, he's going to be done. So, the big news for you, Ken. I know you're going to like it because I like it. So he won.
I like it already.
Nicolas Cage, sometime last year, won a Lifetime Achievement Award from the SF Film Awards, whoever they are.
Oh, they gave it to the San Francisco Film Award?
That's what I would have guessed.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The single female.
That's what I was thinking. But anyway, do you know who presented Nicolas Cage with that award?
Was it the guy from SLC, Dan?
No, it was not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Give me a hint. Okay. I need a hint.
Cage describes him as his ultimate musical hero.
Oh, Tom Waits. Well, that's easy. That was too easy. 1 point back for me. Why don't you give me 3 points on that?
Ooh,
give me 3 points on the
card. That was a good one. Can you name the movie they were in together?
Shut up. Hold on a second. Fuck. No,
he has to pull up his IMDb.
No, I didn't.
Cooper?
I'm not doing that. I got too much with these crickets and shit. What's it called?
You were going to tell me. Did you give up?
I give up. I have no idea.
Rumblefish.
It's not 7. Oh, they were in Rumble. Oh, I knew he was in Rumblefish. I forgot Nic Cage was in Rumblefish. Yep. Oh, all right. Okay. Nice. Nice.
Apparently, Nic Cage, when he was a teenager, was Tom Waits' driver for a while. And
He was Tom Waits' driver. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom Waits says he was the same as a teenager. It was troublesome for his family and whatever other people were around him. And the last part is that Cage introduced Tom Waits to the comic The Eyeball Kid. Do you know which 2 songs The Eyeball Kid made appearances in by Tom Waits?
Orphans and yes, Alice.
No, it was Such a Scream and The Eyeball Kid from
Wait. No, you mean the song was on the song, or what are you talking about? You mean the person?
I was picking the songs. The Eyeball Kid, who the character was referenced in the Tom Waits songs. Yeah,
the Eyeball Kid. Oh, what songs were they in?
Yes. But I told you.
Oh, I thought what albums were they on?
We'll edit all of that out, except all the stuff about Tom Waits.
Oh, okay. The Eyeball Kid is off of Mule Variations, right? No.
Yeah.
Alice.
I think it was Mule Variations.
Mule Variations.
And Such a Scream was Bone Machine. Yeah. But yeah, that was the biggest news.
Eyeball Kid's in Bone Machine?
Nice. No, Mule Variations. Yeah, he's in the song Such a Scream.
I'm going to go kill myself. This has been intolerable.
Well, Tom Waits and Nicolas Cage. You know who should give Nicolas Cage an award next? Or give him an award next?
Scary Valley.
Nick Cave.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know, man. He's a bad seed.
All right, and I do have a Best Boy award. My criteria for the Best Boys I've been watching for the Best Boy because they are the best on any film set. And
if Nicolas Cage doesn't win this award, I'm going to lose my mind.
Nicolas Cage is not allowed in any Pete Awards because it makes it unfair to all the competition. So he's never, because it's just given that he's the best, but other people need crumbs. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the criteria was these things I've seen. And then we did that Christmas episode where Kitty, Brian, and I picked movies to watch. And I forgot to say
I didn't listen to it. Well, I was saddened that I couldn't have a Christmas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Happy New Year.
Go on, Pete.
Well, the Chinese Christmas isn't until March, so we'll get back to you.
And it's not much about Jesus anymore, I'll tell you that.
Oh, is this some of your new stand-up material?
No, anyway, during the Christmas thing, I forgot to mention who the best boys were on the movie Die Hard. So they're going to win the Best Boy Awards of 2023. And the best boys on Die Hard were Michael Franz and Blaise Dahlquist. So good for them, 2023's winners.
And for a movie in 1988.
For a movie, yeah. I know. It got a little. I got to give them their props, and I feel bad, so I give them a bigger award.
No. That's not their job. Somebody else gets the prop. The prop master gets the props.
And I also wrote down. Crowd likes that one. I also wrote down on the set of Die Hard, Paul Abascal was the hairstylist to Bruce Willis.
I was just so certain you were going to tell me Alan Rickman got dropped before the countdown, because you tell me that every time Die Hard comes up.
He did. Sorry. You knew that, right?
Yeah. Do you know Theo's dead? The guy that played Theo?
Oh, I know. No. I learned that last time. Oh, no. They turned on me.
Over here.
The crowd is turned on me.
Well, very good. Congratulations to those best boys. That is good. What does the best boy do?
We don't really know.
He's the best at, being the boy on set.
Of being boyish.
Sometimes they're best purples or best purples.
That's the end.
I'm having a stroke.
Let's play your wax over
as
there,
near as we can figure, it's electrical related, but we've never really looked that far into it.
All right. Well, thank you, Pete. Let's move on with our next award over here. Back to for the foreign correspondent awards. Best script, people. All right. I'm gonna start off with The Good Father. That's a Japanese movie. It is about. Well, what's it about? It's about a man.
That's the Cosby documentary, right?
The Good Father.
Oh, I should have said Woody Allen. How did I blow that one so badly?
How did he do it? That's what she said. Anyways, the first nomination is for The Good Father, a Japanese film, and this is a weird one. It is about a guy. He loses his wife. She's in a coma, and he's a psychotherapist. And he uses hypnotism and some other bizarre experiments on hamsters to. What he's trying to do is basically get his wife back, and he's ended up basically hypnotizing people and into switching their souls with hamsters' souls. And so in the beginning, you see this kid walking around the town, and he's taking pictures of people who are like hamsters in their houses, they're just like gnawing at the screen and stuff like that, and so the kid meets this girl who's part of this family, and then finally the wife comes home, but the girl doesn't think she doesn't really totally believe that it's her mom, but it's her mom's body, and she has like these memories. And in the end, it's very well acted and directed. The pacing's really good. There's a lot of tension. You're not really sure what's going on, and in the end, he brings back his wife with the soul of a hamster, yet hypnotizes her into remembering everything that happened. So he remembers what happened, and he fills her in, but it's not really the mother.
She's a hamster though
in her head. Like a lot of the town is hamsters because hamster people.
All right.
Like they have the souls of hamsters.
Well, what can beat that? As far as scripts
what can
go.
beat that? It's the real question. The second one is Talk to Me, which we all know has a great script. I won't. Like I said, plot device is awesome. I don't like the people. Dialogue's okay, but it's a good script because it is a self-perpetuating idea. It's a great idea. So Talk to Me is also in there, and Incantation's got a great script, mainly because of the ending, because the ending will freak you out, and I think it freaked me out a bit. And the whole thing is very well done. I'm not big on the found footage format so much, but I did like it in this one. The winner is Incantation.
Okay.
Out of Taiwan.
I wanted to guess.
Yeah, out of Taiwan.
Incantation takes that one.
Damn it. Sorry, you can guess the next one. I'll let you do it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, Incantation. You should see Incantation. It's very good. It's very good. You give that one a 4, right, Bri?
I did.
Yeah, that's like I said, like that is as good as the other movie I was talking about. That's a 4. Oh, Dream Scenario. That's as good. Exactly as good.
No more talking about that one. I don't want to have to plug my ears again for the next 10 minutes. All right, what's up?
All right.
Next.
All right, best cast is next. Overall cast. I didn't do individual awards, so we'll just do overall cast. I have Sissy, the Australian one, which is, I didn't really talk about the plot too much, but it's basically about a YouTuber who has these sort of fake friends, and she gets invited to an old high school person who she used to, it's like a frenemy kind of situation. Her bridal shower out in her very nice house in the woods, and Sissy goes a little nuts. Second one,
best cast is just
very
like,
good acting.
Hold on,
overall.
Best cast is just like how they all work together, like the ensemble, not any specific actors or anything.
Exactly. Overall, from top to bottom, main to just some people that you get a few lines out of and they get killed. Overall cast. So Sissy, great killer, great psycho. A different spin on a psycho where she's sort of this passive aggressive psycho and just turns into very aggressive.
Okay.
Suwadinu, which I mentioned before, which was that Indonesian film about the woman who had bathed the body.
Yeah.
Overall, very, very nice cast. A very creepy old lady who's the head of the family. Nice hired hands that you're not really sure who is good until the very end, who's bad until the very end. Everybody keeps you guessing. Good script on that too. But finally, The Undertaker, which is an Indonesian movie, and that The Undertaker is
a wrestler in the 80s.
A wrestler in the 80s who goes to Indonesia.
I don't know how you got this wrong.
Breaking caskets.
You could have picked from the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and even into the 2020s, but you got the 80s where he never was. That's incredible. You missed it.
No, because he was in Indonesia.
40 years
he was
to play
big in Indonesia in the 80s. This is why I don't know why we invite Brian onto our show, but he was big in Indonesia in the 80s.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
this
about.
Was shot. Yeah, The
Undertaker debuted November 1990. There you go. There's some wrestling history for you.
That's your Western non-lunar calendar, centric Wikipedia. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So was that all the nominees?
Well, The Undertaker was great because it was a very touching horror, sort of supernatural, not very horror, some scary parts, but it was horror adjacent, I guess you guys would say. But it was a very touching one, and The Undertaker wins. The Undertaker wins because it was a moving story, and everybody in the cast was superb. So I would definitely recommend that movie to all. That's an Indonesian one.
All right.
But I'd say it's horror adjacent. Otherwise, I would have gave it to Sissy. Okay, next one. Best kills. Okay, so I'm going to go quickly through this one. First one, Sissy. She has a girl in the bathroom, and she scalps her head by pressing some button on the jacuzzi, and gets her hair caught in the jacuzzi engine and scalps her to death, which I thought was a good one. She runs. Oh, what's that?
I said, ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And she runs over a girl 2 times. She knocks her through the windshield. Then she stops. The girl goes out of the windshield, and then she squashes her head with the car. So very nice kills there. Talk to Me. The first Duckett kill is great. The suicide, stabbing himself in the eye socket. Very nice. Max is stabbed in the neck by Mia with a pair of scissors. So So that was a good scene. And also for Talk to Me, Mia jumping into the traffic was a nice death. And that is kind of a kill because it's the ghost doing it. So, and being run over by the people with the car there. And finally, Suudino, the opening, they're bathing a corpse. It's pretty tense. And then they finally, one of the people gets their pierced through the ear with a stick, nicely placed and very gory. So, there's also a witch doctor who gets ripped in half by a demon. But the CG on that's kind of bad, but it was kind of cool effect anyways.
When the witch doctor when the witch doctor was pulled apart, did he say ooh ee ooh ah ah ting tang walla walla bing bang?
That's what he said. I heard
I think
that.
it's ooh ee ooh ah ah bing bang walla walla bing bang. But yes, they did not play that song. But it was good.
Is that a reference from the 60s?
It was good.
The 1860s.
Yes.
I just like to figure out where we are in time.
Bing bang, walla walla bing bang. Yeah, that's a good one. Talk to Me is the winner for this one. Talk to Me for mainly for the first kill, I think, but a lot of good gore in that movie overall. So
I agree.
Talk to Me, the best kill.
That was the one. Remember, I tried to pause the movie to save the people on the TV screen because I was scared for them as the kid was bashing his face against the desk.
Yes, I remember you mentioning that. And it doesn't work. Doesn't work.
No, I found that out.
Yeah. Hey, you guys should be excited. Because
I am
now
excited.
The translation game championship. Aren't you excited?
I'm always excited. What was the translation game?
The translation game, Pete. That's where we do the I give you the English, and then you gotta figure out what movie it's from. I'll give you hints if you need the hints.
Oh, translated from Mandarin?
Well, these are going to be the Chinese translated into English from Mandarin, but then you got to find out what the real English is.
Okay. Are you ready?
And these are all related.
Okay.
It's all related to this year, so don't worry. Okay, first one. Try to guess it. Brother Lucky Pull. Brother Lucky Pull. You both have seen this movie. You've seen it.
Brother Lucky
relatively
Pull.
Recently. Yeah, Brother Lucky Pull.
I've only seen like 5 movies this year. You'd think I would be able to remember one of them.
That should be easy.
It should be easier for you than me since I saw 200 new movies to write reviews for.
And the only movie I can think of is Talk to Me.
It's a horror movie.
I'm going with Talk to Me. It's either that or Evil Dead Rise or God. Well, then I guess I don't get a point.
I was going to say he's going to pick every movie.
I think you run it.
That's not Brian, a bad idea, too.
You're next.
What
are you sticking on? You got to stick on one.
You're next?
Pete. You got to stick on one.
I picked Talk to Me. Right, I'm taking that one.
Brother Lucky Pull. I will say, well, movie Pete's seen too, so I will say Renfield.
I did see Renfield.
It is Godzilla.
Brother Lucky Pull. All right. I didn't think Godzilla was in the lunar calendar. Man,
but no, this is just the game. This is just the championship round. This is not in the lunar calendar. But you guys saw that movie. All
right, fair point.
Peter,
you're racking up the points, Ken.
All right. Brother Lucky Pull. Godzilla.
It means gorilla whale.
So Godzilla. Godzilla is Godzilla. So that's the Chinese of Godzilla. But it's Brother Lucky Pull. So they just okay. Next one. Loud, Noisy Ghost. A film that we have talked about to great extent this year.
Talk to Me. That's my guess.
No. Loud, Noisy Ghost. Brian?
Evil Dead Rise.
It is one of the best horror movies ever.
Oh, is this shitty Poltergeist?
Poltergeist?
Yes! Yeah. Yes, Brian. Good job, Brian. Loud, Noisy Ghost is Poltergeist.
He gets 2 points for that one. It's Poltergeist.
Good job, Brian. Another film from this year. This is from the podcast, generally speaking. Bloody Death Camp.
Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, that's a tie. That's a tie from what I can hear. I don't know. It's a tie, yeah.
That means we both lose a point.
So what's the score now?
I'm just adding them to the running total for the whole thing. Anytime we don't get one, you get the point.
Oh, nice. Okay, here you go. One more here. 10-3 number, star date 5.
What? 10-3 number star date 5. So it's a
Yeah,
romantic
this is
comedy
being very
of some
literal
kind?
on the translation.
A space
No, this is
romance?
very literal. It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie, and it's a very literal translation. Otherwise, it'd be too easy to guess.
You said there was a star
10
date. So it's a sci-fi thing in space, but a romantic comedy. I don't know if I've seen many of those movies this year, Ken.
All right, listen.
I'm listening.
Don't think
I'm
too
all
much
ears.
here. The key is not
never
thinking
do.
too much.
I never think too much.
10-3. 10-3 is a number.
I've already stopped thinking.
10 plus 3 is a number.
10 plus
And
3.
stars are the way the Babylonians figured out time. And date 5.
Date 5. Date 5. Like Johnny 5? Number 5 alive?
Kind of like
Short Circuit.
Kind of like
Steve Guttenberg.
if you start your week on Monday. Let's just say we don't say Sunday, we say Monday. That is the first day of the week. Then the fifth day of the week would be what?
I got a case of the Mondays, man.
Hold on. If your first day is Monday, then the fifth day would be
October?
So this is Friday the 13th,
No.
but I don't understand.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Brian. Yes, it is, Brian. Good job. Because 10-3 is 13 in Chinese. And 10 number is just the date.
You are some kind of genius or something.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. He is a genius, I think. Well, evil genius, but
baby genius.
Nonetheless. Okay, what's the score? Is Brian winning yet?
I'm going to keep it a secret. You keep going. This is...
Okay, I got the
Brian,
last question here.
Brian's taking little sneaky peeks at my score sheet. Luckily, he can't decipher it.
This is the last question I have so far. So this is somebody that we have talked about. So you should probably remember. Middle name is Kim, but it's a boy. It's a man.
Radio silence. I am going to say...
All right.
Evil Dead Rise, because I've seen that movie.
All right, hold on. It's not a movie. It's a person, but we'll get to that.
Nicolas Cage.
His Chinese name. It is Nicolas Cage. What's his real name?
Nicolas Cage.
No. What's
My
his
hero.
real name?
I'm pretty sure it's Nicolas
I
Cage.
guess it's Nicholas Kim Coppola.
All right, P, you get a point. P, you get a point.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
Nicholas Kim Coppola.
Yeah, you get a point
Nicolas
too
Kim-
for such an awesome question. Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that's right. We got Nic Cage in there. Nic Cage. His
Yeah.
middle name is Kim.
Brian's about to lose a point because he's got a very surly look on his face right now.
Yeah.
Nicolas
Try to
Cage.
edit this shit. Try to edit this, Brian. Good luck.
Well, that's
giving you hours.
That's
of
the thing.
fun.
I'm sitting here looking at the time, going, "We're well
Thinking
over an
how this
hour,"
is not going to
Okay.
go on.
and I'm wondering how much longer this is going to go. But then I thought, by the time I edit it down, we're down to like 32 minutes. So I guess it doesn't matter.
We'll come up with something good eventually. Don't worry.
Every one of these is like 17 hours long. We never ever.
I get him to a tight hour.
It's a lot of work.
The whole Nicolas Cage tournament took 58 minutes,
All right.
Well, that was pretty.
and the
That's
first
pretty
5
efficient,
was Nicolas Cage clips.
That was a good
Well,
montage.
who's winning? Who's winning? This is the
No.
championship round for the entire lunar year, guys. Who's
Well,
winning?
How many more awards are there?
Is this it, Ken?
There's only like 3 left.
Oh my god!
P, you got to check your email.
I got to check my email for this award. Oh, this is it. So
Yeah,
for your
This comes in from the academy.
okay, he sent me an email. I got to find it real quick. I apologize. Here we go. And the winner for the most outstanding foreign correspondent for a horror movie podcast is Ken Barnes.
Wow.
Congratulations, Ken.
Wow! Thank you so much.
He's got one more
Oh my
award
god!
than
I'm
Nicolas
really
Cage does.
surprised the academy came through with it. Are you kidding me, Pete?
Nope.
Well,
that's
first of all, I'd like
what the email says.
I have to go through my thank yous. Oh my
That you
gosh!
sent
Well,
me.
send you. I mean, that's funny. Anyways, I would like to first, before I thank this Pete, I'd like to thank Pete Bush because when I was 12, we were throwing football against the stop sign, and he said, "You know, Ken, you're going to be something someday. And when you're on that stage, and you win that award, you got to say my name first. And I said, okay, Pete. His name's Peter Bush. And I said, okay, I will, I promise. And I promised him. Unfortunately, Pete is no longer with us, and he died far too early and far too lonely at
death. What the fuck is happening?
And it's true, though. He died a homeless person on the streets. And last time I saw him, I had to give him my pocket money, which I didn't really have. But anyways, that's not the point. But I did tell him that if I ever won an award, that I would say thank you to Peter Bush. So Peter Bush, thank you very much. And also Brian and Pete and Kitty and all the rest of the Scare Value people. But this was my one chance to finally get that off my chest, because I've been thinking about it for years, and I figured I'm not going to win any awards. I kind of have to rig it. So,
a very well-earned award and a very moving tribute to Peter Bush.
Thank you. Yes,
Right.
Peter Bush, and that is a serious thank you to Peter. So, and to you guys as well, obviously. Yeah, you like me. You really like me.
Roman Polanski.
All right.
I don't think Brian likes me that much, but Pete likes me.
Let's bring this home and get me my final tally scores up. That was a real sentence that I just said.
Hold on, I got 2 more categories. We're almost done. And Brian's going to end up with about 15 minutes. It'll work. Best final girl. All right. So
A classic category.
Nominees. Yes, it is. And surprisingly enough, it goes across these international boundaries. It goes through
Ken,
horror.
we're running long, so
all sorts of horror.
If it goes too long, I'm gonna have to play the music to play you off. So we're gonna get this. We gotta get right down to this.
Oh, geez. All right. Aisha D for Sissy, because not only is she the killer, she is the last final girl, which I really enjoyed.
That's cool.
Mika Tambayang, from Suwadino. She's the final girl from that movie, and she's in and out of 2 different worlds. It's kind of interesting, voodoo stuff. And finally, Xuan Yen from Incantation. And I got to give it to Xuan Yen from Incantation, because not only is she the final girl, she passes the curse on to you as you leave the theater, which I think is great. So winner is Incantation's Xuan Yen, sorry. So that's Best Final Girl. Last one, Best Picture. I have Suwadino, which is the Indonesian film with the bathing of the corpse. Talk to Me and Incantation. And In Short, do you guys want to guess the winner?
I'm going to guess Incantation, because all that bathing body sounds hot.
Those are 2 different movies. You picked the title of a movie and the plot of a different movie. And since you picked those 2 movies, I'm going to pick Talk to Me, because it's the one you didn't pick.
That is the one I didn't pick, but I liked it. It's got in the Best Picture, It's Incantation. Yes, Incantation. Point. So,
all right.
Overall winners, Incantation.
I pick Incantation,
3.
that movie where they have to wash the dead mummy hand.
Because it's hot.
No, they washed the body with the dead mummy hand. You got to get it right.
Pete, what's your totals over there?
All right.
This is him doing math live on the air.
So this is the awards. Brian and I are tied at 2 points each. Ken, you are at 9 points. So I guess
I would like to thank Peter Bush, and because when we were throwing that football against the stop sign, he was the only person who believes in me at that time in my life.
Brian's head is hanging down low. He is just regretting every choice he's made that's led him to this chair right here. In fact, you just got another point.
Brian, don't think about it as a lost hour. Think of it as an hour you'll never get back.
If only it was an hour.
All right, I like those awards.
Think about all the editing you're going to have to do.
I love these awards. These were the best. Nicolas Cage got stuff. Tom Waits got stuff. All sorts of good things happened.
They didn't get anything.
They got awards.
What awards do you think they won?
Well, best boys, best duo, best...
I'm sending everybody an email.
Roman Polanski got more awards than them.
And well earned for that piece of shit that he is. All right.
Yeah, let's let that is the that's not a good award. You don't want to get that award.
Recognition of any kind is always.
That's why Woody Allen will never get it. No Woodies for him.
You know what's weird is I've got his acceptance speech here, and he also thinks of Peter Bush.
Well,
I didn't know what kind of circles you're running in there.
I think he said beat her, Bush, but whatever.
Oh, ooh, you're probably right.
Hey, man. Yeah, no,
right.
Unfortunately, because he's not a good guy.
So that was the Foreign Awards, the first annual Foreign Awards. I like it.
Oh, and I'm sure not going to be the last.
Oh, no.
I'm sure it won't be.
I think Godzilla's going to win next year.
I'm excited to see how Godzilla -1 fares next year.
Anyone, any fashion tips for next year?
I think he should wear the same thing.
All right.
I don't think.
I think that there's a good chance that he will.
Well, that's kind of what I figured, but I think we make it flattering, you know.
I haven't seen him in a month due to holidays and illnesses for people, and I'm pretty sure he was wearing it last time I saw him.
It's my suit. I dress up for these things.
Anybody have any plugs? You guys want to do your OnlyFans or whatever?
I have nothing to plug.
Guess scarevalue.com. I just don't know if I wanted it associated with this.
Are you sure? I wouldn't have done that.
We got big things going on scarevalue.com. Tons of reviews coming out from the Another Hole in the Head Film Festival. I'm going to fill up most of the month.
That's a weird name.
Nice.
Fill up most of the month?
Yep.
Fill up most of the month, yeah. I want to thank him for one time we were throwing Frisbees against the side of a garage. And he said, you're really going nowhere. And I said, you're right.
Well, here you are. I mean, think about it that way, you know.
Award winner. Award winner,
right.
Brian.
Yeah.
Award winner, Ken. Did I win an award? How did I go through 2 awards? The whole award season. Talk about the biggest snubs.
You got close. We gave it to Kitty.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you did. You got husband of the best.
You got best
podcast
husband of a podcast co-host.
Yeah, Brian, you didn't get anything this year.
That's okay.
Didn't he just win an award for something?
No, he didn't win one.
I
just won. I won again. I got 2 today.
I swear to God.
Well, you gave me the winner of this award show. I get the award for winning the award show.
I finished
and the
4th in the
best
balloting for biggest disgrace to their country.
That Jim Carrey. Damn you, Jim
just
Carrey.
Behind Jim Carrey.
I wouldn't give it to you, Brian, but if you want to get in on that, do something
you
heinous.
know what you have to do.
Do something really heinous. You could blow up a bus or something.
No, he does live across the street from an elementary school.
Pop quiz hot shot.
Oh, good Lord, not for long. Not for long.
Pop quiz, hot shot, Cage quiz. All right. So, that was a good award show. What we got out of this is that Cage Watch, the Cage Countdown has begun. And good talk. Good award show, Ken.
Cage down.
Cage down.
Yeah, thanks. I tried really hard. I put in way too much time for the outcome that we got, but, you know.
I put in a lot of time on my Nic Cage news. Good work, Pete.
Good job, Pete.
Oh, I know. All right. Until next time.
I'm glad Brian was here to provide some awkward silence.
That's what I do.
All right. Until next time, then.
I just want to point out, I had no idea what was happening on the show before we sat down. So, it's hard for me to help steer it when I don't know what's coming next or what's even happening in the moment or what just happened. All right, we got to wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah, wrap it up, man.
Wrap it up like a...
There you go.
Like the Nic Cage's dick that has a bomb on it.
Sausage.
Wrap it up like that.
Yeah.
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 That won the award for best Nick news that he never clicked the link on.
That should be an award. Because there's lots of them.
And there's always next year.
There is always next year.